So just starting the exercise by imagining yourself standing at the entrance of the labyrinth in the Fellows' Garden in the college. So just picturing the scene in your mind as you stand here. Maybe feeling your feet against the ground. Noticing any sounds around you. Perhaps the birdsong. Perhaps the absence of sounds, the quiet. Perhaps the breeze through the trees. And perhaps a distant sound of the traffic outside the garden. Possibly supporting a sense of being in a safe, quiet, almost sacred space that's away from the noise of the city outside of the labyrinth. And then noticing what you can see around you. Perhaps the different colours of all the spring flowers coming out. Noticing that the labyrinth is bordered by beautiful trees of different shapes and sizes, with fresh spring leaves on them, some of them also in flower. And then noticing your breathing. So just noticing the physical sensations in the body as you breathe in and you breathe out. Just allowing the breath to breathe itself. And being curious about the sensations involved in that process. And as you rest your attention with the breath, you may start to notice what's going on in your mind. Is it busy? Is it calm? And just seeing if you can allow that too as you stand here at the entrance of the labyrinth. Whatever's going on for you now is completely okay, just as it is. And maybe bringing a sense of kindness and compassion to yourself as you recognize what's going on for you right now. And then noticing how you're feeling emotionally. So, are there any emotions coming up in your experience or absence of emotions? Just gaining a sense of your overall state, your overall sense of being right now. And then when you're ready, just seeing if you can come up with an intention for your walk into the labyrinth. So this could be something like letting go of a worry that is not solvable, or finding a solution to a problem, perhaps, that at the moment feels unsolvable, and perhaps just through walking and focusing on the walking, we may be receptive to a creative solution to that problem. Or perhaps your walk will be the opportunity to give space to an emotion that you've noticed that you're feeling right now. Or maybe your walk is just an opportunity to be present as you walk through the labyrinth to everything that's going on in your moment by moment experience, and just enjoying that. So once you've decided on your intention, then perhaps see if you can actively set it by just saying to yourself, during my walk through the labyrinth, I intend to, and then fill in with whatever comes up naturally for you in this moment. And then when you're ready, you can begin to enter the labyrinth at whatever pace feels natural to you. So just start walking, just start putting one foot in front of the other into the labyrinth. And just noticing that all you need to do is to put one foot in front of the other and follow the guided path. You don't need to make any decisions. You just need to walk, following the curves of the labyrinth. And as you walk, perhaps you can start by feeling your feet on the ground with each step. What does the ground feel like underfoot? What sensations are in your feet as you continue to walk and follow the guided path of the labyrinth? And if you notice any thoughts come into your mind as you follow the winding path, then just acknowledge them, and if possible, just gently bringing your mind back to the sensation of your feet on the ground and just trusting the process of walking itself. Just surrender to the activity of just putting one foot in front of the other as you continue to follow the path of the labyrinth. And you don't know when you'll get to the center of the labyrinth, but it doesn't matter. All you have to do is just continue walking one step at a time. Just seeing if you can really trust that process of walking. And then as you continue your walk, just notice the sounds you can hear. You can hear the bird song, the robins, the blackbirds, the gentle breeze, and maybe the distant sound of the buses outside. And as you tune into all of these sounds, you just continue walking one foot in front of the other. And the path continues to curve round and round. What smells do you notice in the air as you continue to walk? What can you feel against your skin? Just surrendering and trusting the process of walking and of being present with your experience. And if possible, just setting everything else aside for now. Eventually, you can see that the circles that you're walking are getting smaller and smaller. And you keep following the curves. And eventually, you reach the end of the path. And you find yourself standing in the center of the labyrinth. You decide to sit down in the center. You tune into the sensations of contact between your body and the ground as you sit on the grass. And just sitting quietly in the center of the labyrinth for a while. And just being completely receptive to everything that you can see, hear, feel, and touch around you in this moment. And really surrendering to that. And then when you feel like you've had enough time sitting at the center of the labyrinth, maybe gaining a sense of gratitude for whatever you received as you were sitting there. You begin to walk one foot in front of the other out of the labyrinth again. And just noticing how you feel now as you walk out. Does it feel different to the walk into the labyrinth? And once again, as you walk, feeling your feet on the ground, just putting one foot in front of the other. Noticing the sounds that you can hear. Noticing what you can feel on your skin. Noticing what's going on in your mind. And eventually, as you continue to walk, the exit of the labyrinth is in sight, just a few steps away. And when you arrive, you're back at the entrance of the labyrinth, and you decide to stand there for a moment, just taking in the scene around you again in the Fellows' Garden. And just taking a moment to reflect on your intention that you set at the beginning, and how your journey into the center of the labyrinth and back out again Has it influenced that intention, if at all? And just taking a moment to notice how you feel now. And then bringing your attention back to your breathing. And seeing if you can take whatever you received from your walk into the labyrinth into the next part of your day. And eventually just bringing the visualization to a close in your own time.